My name is Gay Cullen. I'm from the Swara Conservancy.
Today we have the game count. We do 3 per year, depending on the season. So the short rains, the long rains, and the dry season.
Today's event is the 6th wildlife census for the Arthi Kapiti landscape, which spans about 6 counties. That is Makueni, Machakos, Kajiado, Nairobi, parts of Kiambu, and Kitui.
Okay.
So today we've been counting about 3 counties today.
My name is Ngamunu Patita. I'm the Vice Chair of Arthi Kapiti Wildlife Conservation Association. And we have quite a number of programs and activities. And one of them is the Game Count. Game Count is not really a standalone program, but it's a program that is embedded and built upon other projects within the association. A little bit of a history of the Game Count. It used to be there many years back. But over the last 3-4 years, we revived it. And the reason this game count was revived was as a result of, we had a bit of a situation where there was a proposal to fence off Nairobi National Park. And as we had a meeting with stakeholders, including the Cabinet Secretary for Wildlife and Tourism at that time, the issue that kept coming up was like, if you're saying that we should not fence off Nairobi National Park, where is the data? Where is the information that indeed we do have wildlife outside of the parks? And do you know how many they are, what species, the distribution? And then we took up that challenge and decided that those of us and those conservancies that were outside of Nairobi National Park, which acted as the dispersal area for Nairobi National Park, we were gonna do game counts. So these game counts happen at least a minimum of 3 times a year, but there is that also happens bi-monthly, where we have a conservancy that is adjacent to Nairobi National Park, and inside Nairobi National Park, the volunteers count wildlife every first Sunday of the second month, and then we collect this data that informs our conservation programs.
We have a lot of animals we've discovered today. A lot of zebra. Yeah. Basically, we're a 15,000 acre conservancy.
Wow.
And we're the conservancy that will be linked from Nairobi Game Park if the corridor comes about.
Okay. What do people expect out of today?
We've got groups of volunteers, Kenyans, enthusiasts, wildlife enthusiasts, and people who are concerned about nature coming together to find out what's the status of our wildlife. As you know, our wildlife is our heritage as a country. It belongs to the citizens of this country. And the citizens have taken it upon themselves regularly to come out and see what is the status, what are the threats, is there a decline, are they doing well, are they sick, and what can be done. So today we are just all going to meet up, compare the data, compare notes of what we've seen out there since 6 a.m. And then in the evening, we're going to come to a conclusion because we'll have all the data and sort of say, are we doing well, are we doing badly? And it's a very important exercise.
My name is Charles Kara. Many people refer me by this, my initial CN.
What do you do?
I have 2 occupations.
Yes.
I practice law, and I'm also involved in tea manufacturing.
Oh.
Manufacturing black orthodox tea.
Oh.
That's value addition.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm.
So why today as Kapiti?
Kiano talked to me about this event, and then I found it a bit exciting. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the convenience of the weekend. Mm-hmm. And I've always traveled along Mombasa Road. Mm-hmm. I've been to Kenya Academy, but I didn't know there is conservancy here.
Okay.
And I thought it's very near. I don't have to go to Laikipia.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm director of photography and filmmaker, and I'm here because I'm researching a documentary, a sort of feature-length documentary about the Arthi Kapiti Wildlife Conservation Area and the work that it's doing to maintain the wildlife corridors between Nairobi National Park and Amboseli, and all the challenges involved and that sort of thing. Big story.
We have done animal count since morning.
Wow.
And I have enjoyed myself. I have always, I support wildlife. My training is also in tourism. So I have been in wildlife for a long time.
Yes.
I have visited game reserves and game parks,
Okay.
several all over the world, but I have never taken interest in the counting.
Okay.
I know I read in the newspapers and in the media, and I read also in the social media, because currently we are in the world of social media. And I know I read in the social media about the threat to our wildlife.
Yes.
But I have never had an experience to participate, to provoking my consciousness on how we can support tunahitaji the reservation
Yes.
of the wildlife.
Yes.
So the counting today has given me an experience of tourism, and of also understanding the danger
Yes.
we are posing to the
Wildlife. Okay.
Arthi Kapiti covers 6 counties: Machakos, Makueni, Kajiado, part of Kajiado till the Isinya Road. Our last conservancy at the Kajiado is Olerai. We also cover Nairobi County, Kitui, and Kiambu to Northlands. Towards Northlands, it's around 600. It's 6,000 square feet actually.
So what
Approximately.
animals do people expect to see at Arthi?
Giraffes, my favorite, who are really breeding at this time. A lot of carnivores. Lions are at Kapiti. Cheetahs, leopards, and actually all animals apart from elephants.
Why?
Because this is a highly urbanized area, so most elephants are at the Amboselis and at the Savos. But recently we've had an elephant come to Isinya from Amboseli.
So what can we do to ensure such things as elephants come back to Arthi Kapiti?
Considering this is a highly urbanized area, we need to have a bit of planning, especially with the counties that are near Nairobi. The metropolitan area needs to be a bit more planned so that we are able to accommodate more wildlife. The urbanization should be regulated.
So what does it take to have a conservancy in Kenya?
A passion for wildlife.
Yeah.
And I think that's very important for Kenya's future
Yeah.
and for future generations. We must look after our wildlife. It's our national heritage, and we must look after it.
What are the challenges maybe you've faced?
But we've gone through a lot of poaching over the years. I've lived on the property for 25 years. We've struggled with that. We're very fortunate now in that we have 5 KWS rangers on the property, which has helped us tremendously. Always fearful of land grabbing. When you have an area of land as big as 20,000 acres right next to Nairobi, it's a worry. But it's so important that we look after it for the future generations.
And what's the vision that you have for conservancy?
I'm hoping that we can link up all over the country and find a way to be able to help the people on the sides of these conservancies and give them an income. That's the important thing.
My name is Mulaimo Mavusio, from Kitui County, with the organization called Quito Development Forum. That is an umbrella body for other organizations. Nsiu Ranch, Kalikubu Ranch, Ene Residents Association, and Ivy Ranching Society. These are all organizations that are working with the community, and they are working to do conservation in Lower Kitui. We call it Kitui East. That is neighboring Savo East National Park, and it is also neighboring Kitui South Game Reserve.
What's the one thing you can tell people out there about Arthi Kapiti?
Come and visit it,
Okay.
because it's 40 minutes from Nairobi. There's places to stay and eat and drink and have a good time, and also there's loads of stuff to see. And I think this is something to do with the Mountain something Club of Kenya or something. So you can do a bit of rock climbing here if you fancy that. Yeah, Sound like an advert, don't I?
So where can people find you, like on the social platforms, YouTube?
I'm on Instagram, Jim_Bishop_DOP.
Okay.
Is me, yeah.
And the documentary, you're launching it where?
Not launching it at the moment, researching it. I just happened to bring a camera because I thought this might be quite interesting. My colleague, actually, who's my co-producer on it, is actually at Wildscreen in Botswana in about 10 days' time, and she's got the pitch deck and she's hunting around for money.
Okay.
As am I here. So yeah, so we need the tombs, and then we'll start because at the moment it's coming out of my pocket and our pockets to just little bits. Okay. Yeah. So but hopefully there's a company in the UK who are quite interested. So we'll see, and then hopefully get a production partner and help us out and get this out to the world and tell people what a wonderful place it is.
We are part of the Arthi Kapiti Conservancy Association in the sense that we partner with the KWS to fight issue of bushmeat, which is rampant in the area.
Okay. And today, what was your part? What was your role?
Today we are taking part in animal count. We went into lunches, and animal count is an important aspect to monitor the trade of animals. Where we were, the most dominant species were giraffe in Moabit Lunch. The issue of bushmeat is an enormous issue, killing a lot of animals. So partnering with KWS and lunch owners, the Scout in the association, we patrol the lunches, removing the snares, and also attending to the animals that might be caught in snares. We also do conservation education in the area to make sure that the people living in the area appreciate wildlife, know the importance of wildlife, and also they see the benefit of conserving the animals.
Yes. So we are a privately owned conservancy that is located in the Arthi Kapiti region, behind Manzoni Hotel, off Mombasa Road. Yes.
What do you guys expect to find there?
Okay. We have a lot of herbivores. Mostly, I think the herbivores that we have of the highest population are the zebras, followed by the Grant's gazelles, Thompson gazelles, and also we have a single herd of elands that from the game count today we found out there are 88. They've increased from, I think they were around 60. Yeah.
And when you say game count,
yes,
what do you mean?
Okay, so we are part of an organization called Arthi Kapiti Conservancy Association, whereby our privately owned conservancy is under the umbrella of Arthi Kapiti, and Arthi Kapiti is under the umbrella of the Kenya Wildlife Association, Wildlife Conservancies Association, KWCA. And every quarter of the year, we usually do a game count where we count the number of animals, mostly herbivores, that are in the whole landscape all at once, so that we can keep a population and learn if the population is going down or if it's going up, and try to find some mitigation methods on how to curb if anything is happening. I'd like to thank Arthi Kapiti because they have digitalized the way we do our counting. Before, we used to use pen and paper, but now we use an app called the Earth Ranger. As a landowner, there are ways that I need to generate income. And before the conservancy status, we used to do what is called pozzolana mining. This pozzolana is a mineral that is added into cement to make it stronger. Mm-hmm. And we found out that this area of ours here in Lukenya has one of the largest deposits of pozzolana. And these miners, they come in, they dig in the earth, maybe they destroy the earth, as I might say. But being part of AKWCA, they bring the expertise on how to talk and write these contracts to these miners. And from this mining, we can rehabilitate the holes that are there. We make them into dams for the wildlife to come in and eat, to drink some water, because this place is a really dry area. Number two is that AKWCA, as we do our game counts, we find some species that are missing and that were really key to the ecosystem, because we can have a large amount of zebras, but we will need like a larger amount of maybe wildebeest or maybe the common dick. So AKWCA have come up with a program where they are partnering with KWS to bring some species that have been quote unquote extinct in our area. And main reason as to why they're extinct is poaching, and people put snares on the land and everything, and they really like the game meat because they find it really scrumptious. Yes, so thanks to AKWCA and KWS, they're bringing in other species like the wildebeest. During the 2022-2023 drought, there were a lot of animals that died off, and a lot of animals migrated away from here, going down to Amboseli, towards Masai Mara and the rest. So we are trying to bring them back so that we can have a healthy biodiversity, so that if a predator eats a zebra today, tomorrow they can eat a wildebeest, and then a Grant's gazelle, and the ecosystem will be balanced.
So question that I have for you is, what is the one message you can tell the young people who are watching, or they follow suit to become a landowner like you?
Okay, it all starts at home. As a Gen Z, I believe that my future right now is in the earth. I have to take care of the earth because I'm the one who's gonna live in it the longest from our generation. So I think number one, it just starts with making sure you do some recycling. If not recycling, just throw your things in the trash and just enforce it to all the people around you. And with that one, step by step, that's how I started. I started from throwing trash into the bin, then going to the wildlife club in school. Then after being in the wildlife club, I found out, wow, animals are everything, and they're so wonderful. And it is a kind of job where I might say that you won't get a lot of money, yes, but there's a lot of job satisfaction because you can visualize what you're doing, the impact that you're doing to your area. Like if you plant trees, you can see the trees growing, and people will come, or animals will come and take that as shade.
We are an environment management company.
Okay.
We do waste management. We do sustainability programs for our partners, and we also do recycling and upcycling of glass waste.
Oh, so in the sense whereby in the parks people will find the dustbins like this one that we've seen in this park.
Yeah. So I mean, we're always touring. We're always moving about in our national parks, interacting with the animals. We try and inform our people that don't throw away the trash. Keep it in the car, keep it with you, and then as you exit the parks, you'll find waste points where you can drop off your waste, and then we'll collect them, we'll recycle them into product that we can use for both betterment of human life and also the community plus the animals in that community.
What's the one thing you will tell a young person coming up?
Have a passion for wildlife.
What did you see?
I saw a number of animals. I saw the erat, we saw the zebra, we saw the giraffes. The giraffes have a very beautiful sight.
Will you do this again?
Yes, I would do, and also come with some people. It's a relaxing weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yes, it's a relaxing weekend.
Yes.
And it's good to see what has been made. Good has been made of the rad. Use.
I've seen ostrich, and it was such a beautiful experience with ostrich.
Yes.
Because it just came out on the pathway and started walking in front of us.
Yes.
So the other times when I have seen ostrich in my life, I've only seen ostrich in an enclosed place.
Yes.
So kind of you find it when it is not active. But today I've had a very good experience with it in the wild.
The young people watching you is only that we need all to support an adventure like this. One, it protects our heritage, and the second issue is that it is also one of our natural resources, conservancy. It's also one of our natural resources, and we require very little effort other than conserving it.
The experience today, like many others, it's exciting. It is always very great to see people who have come here for the first time, who have not seen these open spaces and they're seeing it for the first time. And it's exhilarating when you meet somebody who tells you that they only thought that beyond the Mombasa highway, there is nothing else along the highway. They imagine that these are buildings and buildings, only to realize that it is open land, open savanna grassland, full of wildlife, full of nature. So coming back to these spaces again and again, it's exciting, it's rewarding. And especially to see, just after the rains, we see an increase in the herbivores that have moved from Nairobi National Park towards the side. We know that there's a bit of connectivity that needs to be reinstated, but it's still exciting to see herbivores numbers going up, especially the elands and the giraffes and the small herbivores being the impalas and the antelopes. This opportunity has allowed us to even establish this program of game counts across and beyond Arthi Kapiti. I see other landscapes like Ramat, I see landscapes like Amboseli ecosystem. They are slowly picking up the citizen science, where we are allowing Kenyans to learn by coming to the field and getting to see that they have something to offer as Kenyans in terms of conserving wildlife, conserving these spaces that we have. And also for Kenyans to not only see these as tourist spaces, but see them as part of our landscape, part of what describes Kenya as a country. And if people have to pay so much to come and see what we already have, why can't we take advantage of just leaving our homes and it's just at our doorsteps and getting to enjoy like what we are seeing, all these people who have come over the weekend, just bringing their families, and appreciate that this is one of the resources and great resources that our country is known for globally.